I'm a believer that this team's going to win the national championships.
The rivalries, it's up there on top of the list, man. And if we allow them to devalue it, we lose a lot of what makes college football special. Don't let them do it. Don't let them devalue what it means to you. I want to go over the new blue chip ratio, which just came out. Now, the blue chip ratio is just the percentage of 4 and 5 stars you have in your program in your previous 4 recruiting cycles. To win a national championship, you have needed just more blue chips than non-blue chips. So more 4 and 5s than anything else. And that's it. It's just a very baseline, simple, easy statistic to do. If you want to win a national championship, you got to be over 50%. Now I'm going to tell you why this statistic no longer near as important as it once was for programs like Ohio State at the top. But it is a pretty basic, easy thing just to kind of look and say, how many teams can win a national championship this year? Let's just look at the blue chip ratio. These 16 teams have the prerequisite talent to win a national championship. Now, Bud Elliott, who's the creator of this, and I think he created it in like 2011, he adds to his explanation in this year's about transfer portal players, because people will say, well, what about transfer portal players? So he says, including transfer portal rankings, who are transfer portal player rankings, who are on average lacking the upside of elite high school recruits, makes the ratings less accurate. If you look at the 2025 transfer class, it is lacking at the top. This, according to people in personnel, because teams are doing a better job of holding on to their talent. It looks like the window to even attempt to build through the portal is closing. Elite programs recruit high school level talent at a high level and use the portal to patch holes. I've been trying to say all this last year that the portal is getting nothing but weaker and weaker at the top. And your options are coming down. The portal class in 2025 showed us as much. It's going to continue to get weaker because now with revenue share, you've got even the smaller schools who maybe just have 1 or 2 primetime players that could go somewhere else, but don't have the NIL to pay him what it takes to keep him. This type of guy now, they can open up that revenue sharing and pay this kid. So that's even one less avenue of potential guys in the portal that we were seeing. You know, you could always count on that. But this is a separate discussion. I just thought it was a good time to remind everybody whose immediate response every time we miss a recruiting target is the portal. It isn't that easy. And we've already established with this defensive tackle search that Ohio State was on in the spring portal that they're not the type of program that's going to play it shady and go pull somebody out of somewhere. So either they're on the list or we got no shot because they're not going to back channel it, which is fine. They play by the rules. I like it. It's integrity. Cool. I wouldn't be mad at them if they didn't, but you know, integrity is a cool thing. I'm not ever going to root against it. But if we go back in history and look at all the national champions since 2011, the blue chip ratio, we can start with Alabama in 2011, 71, Alabama 71, Florida State 53, pretty low. 2014 Ohio State was 77, 2015 Bama 77, 2016 Clemson 52, 2017 Alabama 80%, 2018 Clemson got a little better. They got up to 61. 2019 LSU. What do they say about that team? 64%. 2020 Alabama, 83%. 2021 Georgia, 80%. 2022 Georgia, 77%. 2023 Michigan, the second lowest, 54%. In 2024 Ohio State, the all-time record, 9 out of 10 players on the roster in the last 4 previous classes, blue chippers, for a 90% blue chip ratio, which is insane. And that's the team that won the national championship. Now, when we look at the net, let's say, all right, so if you've got how many guys on your team, and most teams will say they're shooting for 90 now. You're only really playing like 30 guys. So it's certainly possible to have a 54% blue chip ratio and still be starting as many blue chippers on your team as Ohio State, even if they have 90. Because if you've got a 54% blue chip ratio and you got 90 guys on your team, you got 50 guys. you're playing 30 guys. So you can still start a team that's just as good. You can have a couple of backups that are just as good. So it doesn't mean everything, but it is interesting to look at these numbers. As we roll into 2025, we have a tie at the top. Ohio State and Alabama, post Nick Saban, Alabama and Ohio State tied at 89. 89%. Just crazy, man. Georgia, they're number 3 at 84%. How about this one? Texas A&M, 82%. Now, you want to talk about underachieving. You have got Ohio State and Bama, then Georgia, then Texas A&M. Underneath Texas A&M, you got Oregon, Texas, and Notre Dame. One of these things is not like the other, and it's Texas A&M, the single most underachieving program for what they have in modern college football. It's just unbelievable. I mean, you look at them this class, they're just killing it. I am stunned that they have an 82% in the last 4 classes. At any rate, Texas A&M, Oregon at 78, Texas at 78, Notre Dame 73, Oklahoma 70. Then we go to, there's the tops there. We go to Penn State at 68, Miami at 64, Florida at 64, Auburn at 64, a Big Ten tie, Michigan and USC both at 57, Clemson at 55, Tennessee 54, and Florida State 54. And that's it. Those are all the teams that have above a 50% blue chip ratio. And that's pretty wild. Biggest surprises on there for me, how fast Texas has been able to climb back up that board. Notre Dame at 73%, pretty damn sweet. Good job for them. But Texas A&M for sure, the biggest one. Now, looking at the Ohio State class this year, and I got to say, like, when we look at Georgia, Alabama, Ohio State, which we all know kind of recruit on a different plane than most people, and the numbers back that up every year. What we're seeing out of all 3 of Georgia, Ohio State, and Alabama this cycle is they are all 3 carrying more 3-stars in their class than they otherwise would have. If you look at Ohio State this year, right now, it's currently 75%. So 89 the past 4, this year 75 blue chip ratio. It's like there's 5 3-stars currently out of 20 guys. If you look at Alabama, 69%. So 89 in the past 4 cycles, currently at 69. I didn't do the math on Georgia, but as I've watched their class develop, I know they got a lot of 3-stars this year as well. And there are some people who are saying this is the spreading out of talent and they can't pay them. And I don't think that's it at all. I think it's strategic. I think it's totally strategic. I think for every one of those 4-stars they could have got a low end, or any one of those 3-stars, they could have got a low end 4-star if that was the goal, right? If the goal was the blue chip ratio, I think Alabama, Georgia, and Ohio State could get 100% blue chip ratio if that was the specific goal. I do think it is the goal to add more developmental pieces that you think will stay with the team longer and that you think will be core guys who will who will come in and not want to change after 2 years and get out of there because they're not playing. In addition, you add a lot of home state guys that way too. Home state guys who might be developmental guys, they're even more or less likely to go. And I think it's the right move, but we will see that blue chip ratio start to inch down from the top, and it means absolutely nothing. It means absolutely nothing. So that is everything I have got on that, guys. I do want to hit on some of your comments here. Looks like we got a super chat from our guy, Chris Lane, just because. Thank you so much, my man. Shout out to Gorgon. Gorky, been a member for 11 months. Sean, been a member for 6 months. Appreciate you guys. And all of you are free to join that membership on YouTube if you want. Unfortunately, I think it's got to be on a computer and it can't be on your phone. If it's on your phone for some reason, you are not allowed to join that, and I don't know why. Richie Dubs talking about Hero Canoe. Check this out, guys. So we talk about our interior, right? The interior of the defensive line. I was doing some